Hi everyone. I wanted to share a few pieces of art that I've done, and these are some of the pieces that I've done that I didn't do a video on. Sometimes I just don't think about it and I don't turn the camera on. I like to work on these size pieces of paper, and they measure about 7.5 by 5.5, and these are watercolor paper that I was using. And I take an 11 by 14 watercolor pad, and I cut them up into these pieces, and it comes out just right. I'll start with this one right here. This is a dendritic painting that I did and made a little scene out of it. And I also had a couple other dendritic paintings right here. This is one of them, and I guess you'd call one a positive and one a negative, and this is the other one. And I went ahead and made a little scenery from this other side. It's a little mountain stream scenery, and kind of like how that turned out. So this is really what it looked like before, and this is what I managed to make out of it. Okay, and this is another little piece that I made. This stamp right here is stamps by Wren. Beautiful hummingbird stamps. And so that's a stamp, and I drew the rest of it. I did not design the flowers. That's a design that I saw on a YouTube, and I do apologize. I don't know whose it is, and if I can find it, I will definitely list that link below and give credit for it, because that's where I got the idea. But anyway, so I thought it turned out pretty good. And so I like doing these small pieces. Here's another one that I did. It's a little lady, and that kind of gave me inspiration to do the steampunk girl that I have in one of my larger art journals. And so what I've decided to do is make a little journal book, and it's this size right here. This is 8.5. No, I'm sorry, 8 by 8. And I made this out of cardboard. And then I covered it with the napkin. And then I did a lot of stenciling on it here. And I did some distressing. And then I added some embellishments. Some metal pieces here. This is Rene Bouquet's butterfly. I have a little clock piece here, and I printed this little tag. I made this little flower, and got a metal wing right here. And I really like the way it turned out. And I added some fabric here. This is the back side. This is the napkin that I used for the cover, and I just love this napkin. It's full of butterflies and flowers. So beautiful. And it's got some script on it. Beautiful. And so that's what I use for the outside. The inside cover is finished off with some paper from this paper stack right here called Spring in the Bloom. And it's a beautiful paper pad. So that's what I use for the inside cover. I had originally decided I was going to use these rings here for to hold my papers in, and I made the eyelets in here and everything, and I was going to attach them like this, and that did not work out. It just flopped around. And then I was talking to Kathy at Cat Hand and told her that I was having that problem, and she came up with a really good idea. And I tried the idea and it worked. It helped a lot, but there was something I wasn't doing right, so I ended up not going that direction with these rings. And I went ahead and got a Tim Holtz two ring for the binder, and so that's why you see these eyelets here, because I was going to do something another way and it just didn't work out. And I'd already gotten this far, and I couldn't just give up on it. But the reason I wanted it this way is because I didn't want to punch holes in my papers. And so I had a lot of these page protectors like this, and it was 8.5 by 11, and I cut them down to the size that I wanted. And I want to just be able to put my pieces in little pockets. That way they don't stick, they don't rub against each other, and it keeps them neat and clean. And so this is an example of how I'm going to do it. And this is just for my purpose. It's like a inspiration book, and that way I can just keep things in here, and that's why I made it the way I did. So now when I finish off something, I can just put them in this little pockets. And what I did is I cut this page protector down to the size I needed, and then I sealed it with two-sided tape, and that just gave me a pocket right here, which works really, really nice. Okay, so that's my little journal book that I made, and now I can just keep my little pages in these protective pockets, and I don't have to punch holes in them, which is what I like, and that works out for me. I've made some extra pages and pockets here in the back. They're ready to be used, and so I'm happy with it. It's gonna work a lot better for me. So I hope y'all like it, and I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks.